What's up, RBC and other internet viewers? A couple of announcements. Just want to put that out there that we did have that whole Christmas party. It's all said and done. Looks like it's all locked up now. We're looking forward to that. I did want to quickly go over some insurance stuff. So if you ride with the Riverside Bicycle Club, it does carry insurance, and I actually had Alan send this to me, so I got it right. But Riverside Bicycle Club carries insurance to protect club and members for liability claims by third parties on RBC organized rides and events. And RBC also carries supplemental personal accident insurance that covers deductibles, other costs that are not covered by other available insurance for injuries incurred by members on RBC organized rides. Now, part of this to take effect for insurance is you do have to make sure that you are a member who has signed that waiver. That is required for the insurance to help out with that. So I just want to put that out there. It's one of the things that people talk about sometimes and we don't fully message out there, but we just wanted to make sure that you guys know that. And it's another perk of being a member. So I'm going to bring on Hugo. I've been riding with RBC, I don't know, 15 years, something like that. I thought it'd be cool to get a perspective of a newbie, Mr. Hugo, aka the Boss Rivera. Right?
Hello.
Yeah, I got that little bit of feedback there. All right, so where did you start your bicycle journey?
Well, I started because I had an ankle injury and I wanted to get healthy, but I couldn't really put any weight on it. And then I started riding my bike. This old bike that I got from a classmate in college. And then I just kept riding it, and I ended up liking it. And that was the needle that was placed in my arm. And so then I started riding even more, and I'm like, oh, where can I take this? And then I bought my first mountain bike last year, around August. Still not a great mountain biker by any means. But then I bought a road bike, and I was able to take it a little bit farther with a more reliable road bike, which eventually got stolen. But
yeah, let's talk. You need to move a little bit closer because your mic's doing a weird feedback thing. So I do want to talk about that too. So you showed up, and then your bike was on the side of your car at the Stater Brothers parking lot, right? And you were on the first ride.
Yeah.
And then it just was. What happened after that?
No idea. Like I don't know if I put it in my car. I was like pretty out of it, so I was like just completely wiped out, dead, and I have no recollection whether I put it on the rack of my car or not, but it was gone within like 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like we're still hearing crackles. I would say take your headphones off and then just put them in there, and then we'll see if that. Oh, there. Yeah, we probably have to put them inside. Okay. And I don't know if it's up against something. Let me see. So go ahead and talk and see if it got rid of the crackles. I think yes. Talk.
All right. Is that better?
Yes. Okay. Now it's not doing any weird electrical crackles. Okay. So you do the ride. Yeah, that's way better. Sadiq said. We got the DJ back there. So you do the ride, and then your bike is gone. Like we try to put that out, and out those of you guys are watching, some of you guys that do Tuesday, Thursdays, like he's there, and I'm like texting people, like, do you think it fell off at the railroad tracks or whatever? So make sure you guys are looking and really watching those bikes. It was in the Stater Brothers parking lot, and he was in his car, physically in his car, and the bike was just on the other side, and then someone like snatched and grabbed. No one saw it. So
I mean, the people at CVS are pretty nice, and the lady went through like 2 hours of footage to see where we all came in, and when we left, when I left the parking lot. But just FYI, I think around that's where that one sprinkler that hits everyone, that's where you see visibility on the parking lot.
Yeah, so there's a camera, there's a limit, and the camera is limited like right where that sprinkler is. So you guys can use that as a marker. So make sure
Yeah.
that you don't go past that. So how'd you first hear about RBC?
I think just through some other like Southern California mountain bike, I think, and somebody posted a gravel ride, and then I went looking for that, and then I found RBC, and then I'm like, are you guys still riding? Did this club fall apart like all of them do? But no. Yeah, they're still riding, and I think I missed the first meeting, and I ended up riding around that trail, and I saw some weirdo with like a tandem gravel bike. I'm like, who's this guy?
Who's that weirdo?
Yeah.
That was me. How about them gravel packers? What about them? Let's see. So you ride mostly with me and the boys doing the gravel pack stuff. Oh snap! And that
Yeah.
was your first gravel tour there, where we did road, dirt, and the La Quinta Inn with heated pool and spa. In case you're wandering out there in internet land.
Yeah, I mean that was like that was a core memory because I don't know. I've been watching Ryan Duser and all these bike packers just going through to the nitty gritty, and here we are at La Quinta Inn enjoying ourselves. But yeah, I mean, bike packing has always been like a dream since I started watching all those YouTubers.
Yeah. So for those of you guys that don't know, the first time, actually, this is the first time I've tried it too, was like a hotel gravel tour. There's actually, if you guys have done Smog to Surf, which I'll talk about in a little bit, there's a little tiny section that's off to the left that you can do on a mountain bike or a gravel bike. You'd probably get a puncture on a road bike, but there's a Deer Canyon Trail, that little road that rides parallel as you're riding out to the beach, where you have to get off the Santa Ana Trail. You go under the 91 freeway and you're riding up. There's actually a little cut through. That's also, the whole video is on my YouTube, but there's a little cut through that goes all the way up there, and it's been there since like the 70s. It's an easement for power lines. And so his first experience on a bikepacking trip was just a hotel, which was amazing. And we ate at restaurants and stuff like that. So that was a really cool experience. I think you're the only one that's come in. No, there's actually two, because I think Dave Dabrowski did too, where you came in from kind of being curious about gravel from mountain, and then you came into RBC and you've done like some RBC events too, right? Like you did Smog to Surf was your first event with us, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And how'd you like that? You thought it was pretty cool?
Oh yeah, I think it was my first time riding with I guess with a bigger group of roadies. I joined from my apartment in Corona, like right as I think right around Green River, and I saw you guys from like the distance, and it was like a train. It was
hop on that train. Hold on for dear life. There goes Michelle Hampton. Yeah, so that's the first time you rode with the bees too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just holding on for dear life. Yeah, I know, and it's crazy. I think one of the things I still, because I do, you guys know I do gravel a lot, but I still do road, and the really fun thing is it's almost like instant camaraderie. We have a ton of people that are able to, come from different walks of life. I've met you and a lot of other people I wouldn't have met any other way. And it's one of the few things that I feel like is still bringing people together. And I do really love our club, and that it's still very active, and it's so diverse too. We do have people that do gravel, road, and mountain. And within those disciplines, we have people that do long endurance, high elevation sprints, even people doing track and velodrome and stuff like that too. So very, very cool. What do you think is, oh yeah, mechanicals. So inside joke. So Hugo, for a while, he would have a mechanical almost every single time. And there was one time we fixed your tire, had not one plug, two plugs, and you did like 2 or 3 rides, including a 40-mile epic gravel ride with that same plugged tire. So
oh yeah, that was nuts.
Plugs do work, but don't do a Hugo. Don't ride forever.
I didn't know I wasn't supposed to ride them with.
I didn't know. Yes, so we had to correct him. But you did get a free tire, a hookup from Dave, the legend Dabrowski. All right, so what do you think has been the most challenging about starting riding both road and gravel?
Just trying to not blow myself up, trying to keep up with you guys that have been riding for some longer than I've been alive.
Oh, burn. How old are you, you whippersnapper?
I just turned 30.
Just turned 30, and he's having trouble keeping up with us old farts. You heard that, Dave? Let's write it down in our diary. Even had a mechanical on Monday.
Whoa! I didn't have a mechanical on Monday. I was good.
Oh, maybe someone else had a
It
mechanical.
was actually Dwight. His cleat bolt came out, which I can relate to because that happened to me at the gravel bike California ride.
That's true. And Dave saved you with that one too, didn't he? Because he had a cleat bolt. Yeah, so we all carry cleat bolts now. I resemble that remark. Yeah, and there's, equipment. I would say one of the big things for me, if you guys follow me on Strava, and this is just a fun fact, the equipment that they are giving us nowadays is pretty amazing. Every seat, every bum is different. But that's the new 3D printed saddle from Physique, which is still pretty expensive at $250. But there's just some really cool stuff out there, worth every dollar. I recommend 2 seats really pretty regularly. The Sella Anatomica, they're out of San Diego. That's around the 100 to 150 range. A little squeaky, made out of leather, but really, really comfortable. And now that Physique for like high-end roadies and stuff like that, 250 grams and really, really nice. Do you feel like equipment has helped with challenging ride? Like you recently changed your front tire with like dirt riding and stuff like that. How has equipment impacted?
Yeah, for the most part, I know for a fact the equipment is not holding me back. But the tire that I got from Dave, it just felt like cheating when I was going up. Just gnarly gravel, like actual gravel, like that one path that we did this last Tuesday, just straight up. I don't know. It just felt like I was a tank, just going up it. So
A front tire there that Sadiq put up. Thank you, Sadiq. So Dave gave him that. That's a 48 millimeter Rene Hurst. And for most of us, that's like Todd does not, he's not a fan. But for the rest of us, Rene Hurst is kind of the epitome of like the coolness as far as comfortable dirt riding, which has been super fun. So do you do clipless, flat pedals, or both?
So yes, both. For all my bikes except my gravel bike, I have the clipless on one side and then the flat on the other. But because I don't really ride my gravel anywhere else, I'll just keep it just clipless both sides.
Okay. Very cool. Let's see. What was your favorite ride so far?
Well, just the regular ride is the gravel bike California, and then second is the bike packing tour that we did.
Yeah. Those are both really, really fun rides. I think we do have this shot right here. That little tower section too. If you're a roadie and really want to hurt yourself, that's off La Sierra. And if you're riding from up to that tower, it's a 24% max grade on that bad boy. It is step, very, very step. Okay. What about favorite event? So you've done Smog to Surf. I guess the Gravel by California technically was an event too. What was your favorite event that you've done so far?
I guess the Smog to Surf was like my officially only event from the roadside. But I really enjoyed it. I was able to keep pace with I don't know who I was riding behind, but it was just nice. Just a very consistent cadence, like for 4 hours. That it's completely different from gravel because you're like going up and down, up and down. But I guess we're going through Back Bay, and that was really nice.
Yeah, road. I think road and gravel are they both work really well to complement one another. Road is a high sustained effort and you stay there. You're like whoop, and then you stay up there, especially if you're pulling. And then if you're drafting too, you have to keep a consistent pace or you fall off the back. So there's no in gravel where you hit that really steep climb. It's very technical and you're at like max heart rate, like keep left or one of those other ones, but you have time to kind of like take a minute, rest, and then go again. Unless, we're really booking it, and then we can have like a road race gravel stuff too.
Yeah, I never suffered from like cramps on my legs until I did road with the bees. It was all the like high cadence sustained effort. It was fun. Oh, thank you.
I think is that Dwight or Eric? Eric said
Secretly me texting from Facebook.
the Facebook. I know you have to make sure if you're doing Facebook, you give StreamYard permission. It'll let you do its name. So what has been probably one of the most helpful things for you in writing so far? Because you've been writing for a little over a year now, right?
Yeah.
What do you feel like is the most helpful thing?
Like I said, just not blowing myself up, like keeping it like 80% during just flat, if not like slight elevation. I think it's like up to 3%. I can do 80%, and then I die.
Di2 Tony.
Dang.
That's who's commenting there. Yeah, so I think one of the big, huge tips I will tell most people that we definitely see with newbies is the whole blowing up thing. So, and I remember a couple times you were trying to keep pace with me. And I'm like, okay, all right, let's go. And so I started pulling the pace up too. And then you went and blew up. So doing 80% and keeping on your pace, especially on the climbs, if you're new to RBC or really any club, that's super, super helpful. And I do think it's important for those of us who've been riding for a while too. Our club really should be about bringing people together and helping that person find their right spot. Now, if somebody for their first time comes out for A or B, the reality is they should get dropped. And then just told, hey, this is the pace. But if someone's trying to learn and maybe they don't know, let's take a little bit of extra time and say, hey, we do have other rides in different sections and different speeds. Try to maintain a consistent pace, stay towards the back until you kind of feel out where you're at heart rate wise, cadence. Because yeah, when you're riding with road for the first time and you're doing around 30 miles and it's a sustained higher speed average, that can make a pretty big difference in how it affects your legs, your cardiovascular, and all that stuff. And your fitness plays a really big role in that too. Okay, well, cool. And I think I don't have any other things to play out. Each month, I'm still looking for guest speakers. I'm still looking for topics. And for a while, because of holidays and everything, I kind of put that on hold because it just got too crazy busy. So if you guys have topics, I can do some short reviews on some stuff. I have some kind of cool stuff in the wings, but I don't have it completely finished yet to kind of show you guys. That way you can figure stuff out and see what you like before you buy it, like I keep doing, or my buddies or whatever. So until next time, when in doubt, pedal it out.